Today we're going to be making beats for Drake in an R&B style. Let's dive straight into it. Okay, to start us off, we're using addictive keys for the piano, and I just wanted to do something really sort of soulful, R&B, really vibey. And to make sure you get the right feel, it's all about the chord progression. So this is my go-to chord progression for anything in this sort of soulful style. Basically just going from A minor to F minor. And then it's just about messing with the inversions to get a different feel for exactly what you want. So next I've just duplicated the piano layer so that we can do a lead on a separate track, and that just gives us a lot more control over what we're doing. Now for effects, I've left the piano quite dry, and on the lead piano I'm adding shaper box and auto pan because I want it to be a bit more trippy and weird and just make sure it's quite unique. So something just a little bit different. Next, I think that the chords are doing a lot of the heavy lifting so far in the vibe. So we're going to copy that over to an omnisphere and get like some sort of Rhodes or something just to give it a bit more depth, and we can pan one to the left, one to the right. Now I want to throw in some audio samples just to make sure that it doesn't sound too MIDI and unnatural and, you know, computerized. So this sort of ethnic violin sample sounds really cool. If we just change the pitch and mess around with it, I think we can fit it in the background a little bit. So we're going to pan it really hard left, turn down the volume quite a lot, just make sure it's sitting deep in the background. We'll put on some RC20, give it a bit of distortion, a bit of reverb. And then the magic touch, which a lot of people will hate probably, but let's put some drip on it. Like I said, really subtle, really low in the mix, panned hard left, just adds nice texture to things. So just going to continue with that and find a few more random samples that I can throw in and just sort of take out elements. And then last but not least, a sample with some bells, and this can work for like an intro perhaps. So now we've got this really beautiful vintage sounding like soulful sample that we can create the rest of the beat to. Okay, so for the drums, we're going to keep it really basic. I just want to make sure it has a nice bounce that an artist can flow over quite easily. So we're going to start off with this little drum loop. So we're going to use this as the sort of foundation and then just build on top of it. Just keeping it really basic and simple. It's just about keeping the time essentially. And then finally putting in a proper kick that's going to go over the drum loop kick. So there we go, like I said, a really basic drum pattern, but the important thing is it keeps the time, it leaves plenty of space for the artist, and it complements the melody that we've been creating. So the final thing that's going to tie it all together as usual is going to be the bass. Now to be honest, with this style of music you can go pretty much anywhere you want. You can use an 808, synth bass, or a bass guitar. So for this beat I'm going to be using a bass guitar VST. That's just because I'm really into this at the moment and I think it sounds good on everything. So if you need a good bass VST, check out Ample Bass. I've got the light free version which does enough. It's from the same makers as Ample Guitar, which is basically the best guitar VST. That's basically a full beat. Let's arrange it and add some vocals.
Why is there this thing that is here for me? You see, my karma ain't been that good since I was 14. I've done bad things, but at times I've realized that in life the bigger picture is more divine. And what we do once or twice won't change our lives, cause our deaths will remain the same. I promise I'll return again, yeah, stronger than ever. With no idea of my original endeavor, I'll be here forever. I won't be seen or remembered. Pictures on the wall of what I once was, not loved. If I do what I can do, can I be what I once was? Which is what? Nothing more than a motherfucking puppet. If this is my life, I don't think I'll learn to love it. The fact that I can't do a thing, it sets it back. Relax and watch this unfold like it's IMAX. Through 3D glasses, but I can't reach and touch that much without fucking it up, and that's tough. And now I figured out what's been left to me. Yeah, it's a death to dream, it's my destiny. Call it nihilistic, misanthropic. I don't give a fuck, cause I know I can't stop it. Even if there was a way to kill the shadow in my dreams, I've been sitting in the scene, waiting to be clean. Not the same routine, shooting up the dopamine into this machine I call my brain. Not sure if I'm sane, nobody sees the pain. They got their own struggles, the look in their eye may be subtle, but I promise you it's there, yeah, I promise you it's there.